Happy Wednesday and welcome to the channel. For those of you who are familiar with me from my World of Tanks videos, this will be something a little bit different tonight. I've got some World of Warships Legends. I'm going to be taking a look at the new April Fool's Day event, which is Stellar Clash. Now, for those of you who are anything like me and are big sci-fi fans, I think you're going to love this. There's a fantastic new map to slog it out with, complete with some new skins, permanent camouflages, and also new commanders for your warships. So I thought what I'd do in this video is quickly walk through the event and what's involved, have a look at opening 15 of the Stellar Clash crates, have a little look at what those skins actually look like on the ships, because there are no new ships in these crates. It's all just the commanders and skins that you can win. So it's probably useful to some people to see if you actually like them before you throw your money at it. Then spend just a little bit of time just talking through the commanders and how they fit in with the current commanders in game, how they're different, and whether you think they're worth spending your money on. So without much further ado, let's jump into the store and have a little look at what's going on. So everything in this new store requires new event currency known as Stellar Chips, and you can earn these in the Stellar Clash mode by completing daily ops or through achieving medals like getting the first kill and winning a battle each day in each of the 3 ship types available. And if you really grind it out, you can probably get around about 10,000 Stellar Chips. Unfortunately, that won't be enough to buy the Yukikaze, which is a star of the show, a very powerful Tier 6 Japanese destroyer with a lot of history from World War II. And you will need to invest in one of these 3 packages. There are 4 lights for a few chips more, or we have to go back. And what these essentially do is let you pay 4,000 doubloons to get 4,500 chips, provided you have all of the different ranks of ships to complete the challenges. So if you get there 4 lights, it's battleship themed, you'll need up to a legendary battleship to get all of the chips out of it. A few chips more, same with cruisers, you need up to a legendary cruiser to get all of the chips out of it. Also in the store, we have 3 new sci-fi themed commanders. Jean-Luc Picard, of course based on the legendary Jean-Luc Picard from Star Trek. He is a German battleship commander with a heavy secondary focus. Shelley Beepley, based on Ripley from the Alien series, a very competitive American cruiser commander. And Space Fishy, who is quite a unique Japanese destroyer player. Also available in the store are a bundle of standard sci-fi camos, as well as skins for the Algerie, the La Galissonière, Pensacola and New Orleans. Be advised that there are also unique skins available for the Charles Martel, Baltimore, Gearing, Shimikaze and Grosser Force, but these are only available in the crates with a very low drop rate. So speaking of those crates, let's have a look at what's inside them. Drop rates are up on the right hand side. Let's jump into the first crate. So you have a permanent skin for the Pensacola. Nice, I'll take that. I'm loving these astronauts in the background. First drop of standard camos. Get used to that, there'll be a lot more coming. And Shelley Beepley in the 3rd crate, so I'm very happy with that. She's exactly the commander that I was looking to get out of all 3 of them. Got an insignia, nice. More camos. What have we got? New Orleans. Nice. I'm actually grinding that ship out at the moment, so change of paint will be nice. And La Galissonière as well. So I'll take that. It's one of my actually favourite French cruisers. It's not the most powerful in the game, but I like the look of it. And finishing off with some camouflage. Oh no, we've got 1 more to go. More camouflage. So I've got another 5 lined up after these 10. I would probably advise 10 is probably the best value because you get essentially 1 free on your first batch. I probably wouldn't recommend buying any more than 10 because you're just going to end up with quite a lot of camos. So my third one in this batch, I've got Space Fishy, which is good. more camo. More all in with promotion orders. I'll take it. So let's jump in and actually see what all of those standard camos look like, because I've got a lot of them, and you will too if you buy any of these crates. So I've got the Dallas up here. Let's get rid of the stars and stripes and briefly put up sci-fi camo. So it's quite a nice clean white camouflage with some quite nice angular lines. I find it's actually quite a nice looking camouflage in my opinion. I don't think it's too bold or garish, and I would actually quite happily put that on a lot of my ships. In fact, I probably prefer that over a lot of the standard camouflages we have available. Obviously, don't forget that it comes in batches of 12 each time you get it. 12 is enough to make it permanent. So you don't need to buy many of these to repaint a lot of your fleet, if of course you like it. If you don't like it, I would be very wary about buying too many of these crates, because you're going to end up with a lot. So let's jump on and see what the permanent skin on the Pensacola looks like. Now I actually really quite like this. It reminds me quite a lot of ships from the Halo series, particularly the Forerunner ships, lots of neon blue. And the level of detail that they've put onto this model is really quite impressive. So you'll notice as we go around, little details like the fighter plane being replaced by some kind of a space hopper fighter thing, which looks pretty cool. And just other little details like the AA batteries have been upgraded to something out of Star Wars, and even the life rafts have been upgraded to escape pods. So I think that's, the Pensacola probably wasn't the most graceful ship ever, and I think this is a nice improvement on it. I'm happy to use this quite a lot going forward. So let's have a look at the New Orleans, which is the next one along. And you'll see straight away it's a very similar model for all of these tier 5 and tier 6 ships. Now, I can't speak for the tier 7 ones. I haven't unlocked any of those camo sets, so I don't know if they're the same model or a bit different. I have heard, however, that the legendary ships, that the skins for those are actually based on the skins that are in the Stellar Clash mode. So the look for the Rover Destroyer, for example, and the look for the All-Destroyer battleship would be what you would get for the Grosser Kurfürst and for the Shimikaze. Or so I've heard. I haven't got any of those to prove it. And just a quick look here at the La Garçonnière. Again, nice looking skin. I'll definitely use that. I'm happy to have it. Although be advised, you will need to invest quite a lot of melted paints to get these up to a usable level. I think they're 0.5 detection at the moment, which is obviously not the best it can be. So with camouflages aside, let's take a look at the commanders then. I'm going to start with Shelley Beepley, who's definitely shaping up to be my favourite out of the two that I've got. So let's jump in and see what she can do, and then I'll compare her with some of the other American commanders, because there's two lines you can go with on the cruisers here. So her base trait, when I can get my button pressing right, is refractory, which reduces your risk of catching fire. So that's obviously a very useful cruiser trait, and it's very useful that you can have this as an inspiration for other commanders as well. It's something quite new in the game. She also comes with Burn It Down, which just increases your chance of setting fires. Ingenious, which gives you better traverse and that tracker. Full speed ahead, which gives you more speed, rudder shift. It looks like you've got Before It's Too Late, which is detectability range on torpedoes, not something I usually use. Extra movement speed. Again, probably not something I'd go with. Sponge, very useful, giving your armaments extra HP. And if you want, Armed and Ready, which gives you reduced dispersion. Her special skill is Private Zone, which reduces your detectability significantly, and I really think this is a good one to have. As any of you who play American cruisers will know, you don't have torpedoes, so you tend to be at range, and so that reduced detectability is really good. She's also got fully packed and by the book. I've gone with fully packed here as her skill. But for those of you who are familiar with the game, you'll realise that she's based off of Thomas Kincaid, who's the standard American cruiser commander with the survivability build. You can see that the skills are very much the same, apart from his base trait being an extra sonar slot. Now personally I would take refractory, the fire reduction, over that any day. that's a choice for you to make. And Thomas Kincaid does also get equilibrium of power, and if that's something that you tend to use, and that's worth keeping in mind. But I just thought I would compare that to the other two American cruiser commanders, because you've also got the Norman Scott line, which is much more of an aggressive build. It gives you extra range, it can give you extra HE, chance of starting fires, extra AP damage, and also much better dispersion, especially with his base skill. And you also get access to refuel station as a legendary trait. And what I quite like is that previously the Azure Lane Baltimore was a base off of Scott, with a couple of tweaks to skill sets here. So instead of dispersion, you got rudder shift, and you also got AP salute ammunition, which decreases your chance of overpenning. So essentially, you've got now a premium commander based on each of the stock ones. So there's a nice little bit of overlap to give you a bit of flexibility, choose slightly different playstyles there, but without being overpowered. Except for Shelley. I think she is going to be a goddess on the field. I really do think they're going to be quite useful skills. So yeah, I think that's a really solid build. Let's take a quick look at the Japanese destroyer Captain Space Fishy. When I can get my button bashing correct. So, Space Fishy comes in with a base trait of Space Speed, which gives you extra torpedo speed. Also comes with Contact is Imminent, which gives you more speed, or you can upgrade to Subsurface Adventure, which gives you even more speed and reload time at the cost of main gun reload. A couple of options for reducing detectability as well as Torpedo Safari, which will give you extra torpedo range. Back in stock will reduce your torpedo reload time. You can have boost to your smoke as well as boost to speed, but his unique skill is engine boost reload time reduced by 20% and an extra engine boost charge, which is quite a twist on Japanese destroyer player. Well, not a twist, but a boost. It's useful. I like it. Now, for any of you who are familiar with the Japanese destroyer line, you'll know that he's based on Tanaka. So Tanaka, instead of having extra speed as his base trait, has a bit more damage. Other skills, broadly speaking, are the same, apart from the third one along here, which is on alert, which gives you a bit better rudder shift time. Now, because he doesn't get that engine boost perk, and his legendary skills are the same. So it really depends whether you want to trade off slight increase in damage for the extra speed you get with Space Fishy and the extra engine boost. I think I probably need to play it out with them a bit more to get that figured out, but I think Space Fishy's alright. I think if you've already invested a lot in Tanaka, there might not be too much benefit. So, just to finish up then, what are my thoughts on whether it's worth getting these crates? I guess my analysis would be, if you are dead set on going for the Tier 6 Japanese destroyer, you're probably going to use up a lot of the chips you can earn in the game on that. And even if you buy all of the Bloom booster packs in store, the 3 of them, you probably still won't have quite enough chips left if you want to buy out all of the camos and commanders. And so the crates can help you a bit there. Just be advised, you obviously have no say over exactly what you're going to get in there, and if it was a specific commander you're looking for, or a specific skin, you probably would be best just buying the doubloon sets in store. So that's all from me today. Hope this was helpful. Do carry on letting me know in the comments below if you've got any suggestions for other reviews in tanks or warships. Coffee Guy out.